Hello and welcome to another one of these ADD videos. Today we're going to be looking at ordered pairs and some basic straight line graphing techniques. So first thing we're going to look at is the ordered pairs, plotting some points. So again, you want to go where the X and the Y intersect, and remember the first term is the X. And then the second term is the y in your ordered pair or your point. So in this case, we go 1 in the x direction and -3 in the y direction. So 1 in the x direction, and then go down to 3 in the y, and there's your first point, 1, -3. The next point is 5, 0. That's an x intercept, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. Okay. -3, -4, we would go -3 in the x, 1, 2, 3, and then down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There would be that point. And 0, -6. Try to make your spaces a little bit more consistent than I did there. Sorry, I'll put that extra line there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's that point. And that is a y-intercept. Okay, now let's look at some horizontal and vertical lines. Remember, if it's y equals, this is horizontal. Y always equals 4 no matter what x equals. So that would be go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw a straight horizontal line, or as straight as you can make it. It's infinite in either direction, and you label it. Y equals 4. And the slope of that line is 0. There is no rise, and there is a number over x, or for the x, so m would be 0. Whereas here, this is a vertical line, and it's a number over 0, so m is undefined. So -2 and then we would draw a vertical line. No matter what y is, x is always -2. Okay, we'll come back to that. So let's look at this here. We have 2 points, and we're asked to find the slope. So if you remember, the slope formula is the change in the y's, the rise over the run, change in x. So we have y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I'm going to call this point 1 and call this point 2. So y2 would be a -3 minus 2 over 4 minus 1. Make sure you keep track of which one goes with which. So here we have a -5 over 3 as our slope. And then if I want the equation in the slope-intercept form, some people start with the slope-intercept form and plug in and solve. I prefer to just start with the point-slope form. And you know what, just for your benefit, using as many senses as you can to learn is good. So let's change the things that we plug in, we'll put in green. these are the things that are needed in order to use this equation. So we have y minus y1. It doesn't matter which point you use, you'll come up with the same answer. Negative 5/3 x minus 1. Okay. My chair just popped. Need a new chair. So here we have an expression with a fraction. I don't like fractions when dealing with my calculations, so if at all possible, I like to avoid them. Let's see, I can't see my, okay, so what you can do is if you multiply both sides by 3, it eliminates the fraction. So here on the left side, I have 3y minus 6. Here, when I cancel the 3's, the negative 5. And no, you do not need to multiply the 3 times the x minus 1 because the 5/3 is connected to the x minus 1. It's one unit. Otherwise, we would still have a fraction. We're trying to avoid that. So then I'm going to move up here. We have 3y minus 6 equals, and you can distribute that negative 5 through to both of those, multiply them. So you get negative 5x plus 5, add the 6 over, divide by 3. And there's your equation. And to put it in the proper form, it would need to be separated. And I sneakily avoided having to use common denominators and stuff like that. It's not the end of the world, but just it's easier for me to deal with it this way. So if I were graphing this, this is the y-intercept. So that means because it's the y-intercept, we have that point on the graph, 11/3. Okay, and then this is the slope of the line. And for slope, what we do is if we have a positive slope, it's up, then right. And then if it's a negative slope, you just change either up to down or change right to left. So just change one. The way I remember it is positive people in class, what do they always do? They sit upright, right? And usually in the front row. But and then negative, you just change one. So if I start at 0, 11/3, 11/3 is 3 goes into 11 3 times with some left over, so it's a little bit over 3. So we go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then some change and plot a point. There's your y-intercept. Okay, and then I'm going to label it 0, 11/3. Then we have the slope of negative 5/3. So instead of going up 5 and to the right 3, I'm going to go down 5 and to the right 3. So I start over here at my point and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then to the right 3, 1, 2, 3. And that would roughly be my point there. And then you can connect the 2 dots, because for a straight line, all you need is 2 points. Hopefully you can do a better job than I just did. Let's try that again. Boop. Take 3. Take 3. Take 3 is going to work here. There we go. Close hard to draw on this tablet, as you can tell. I'm getting the hang of it, because I have to draw on the tablet in my lap while I'm looking at the screen in front of me, so it's kind of awkward, but I'm adjusting. So there's that graph. Remember, the negative slope should be downhill if you're going left to right, and the positive slope should be uphill. So that should be enough for the basic examples. Oh, actually, no, we'll do those later. All right, so I hope I've clarified things a little bit. Make sure you practice. Check out the intermediate videos for graphing and rectangular coordinate system. Thank you, and have a nice day.